Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the daily message for Friday, January the 28th. Keep in mind, timing and energy is fluid. This reading could resonate at any point in time. This reading may or may not be for you. If you have not already done so, do feel free to hit that subscribe button below. And before we jump in with the cards, I would like to talk about some of the astrology transits today. These are fixed energies that many of us in the collective are likely going to be feeling and dealing with today before we jump into the cards. So we do have the Sun sextile Chiron today. So whenever Chiron transits the sun, no matter what kind of aspect it forms, it's really there, I feel, to kind of illuminate our deep-seated fears, any kind of wounds underneath the surface when it comes to our ego. And this is going to be linked to some past life energy. So I kind of feel a lot is being illuminated when it comes to our weaknesses, when it comes to our foundation, when it comes to our self-identity. So I think get ready to discover some deep-seated insecurities today, fears, perceived failings, and all of this is to kind of bring to the surface all of these unresolved wounds when it comes to our sense of purpose, when it comes to this past life karmic debt that we kind of came here to zero out. So I think this transit really is bringing up any remaining father wounds, father issues is what I kind of feel. So I think get ready for a teacher to kind of come on your path when it comes to this inner wounding. So I kind of feel it's going to be like a hard aspect, even though it's a sextile, because I feel it's really going to highlight where you've been doubting your character, where you feel like you've been forced into a position of maybe needing to prove yourself. I think it's going to really show up where you fell into some patterns and you've kind of had to suck it up. And I think it's really going to push many in the collective to kind of make a stand, to stand up for themselves. And this is going to be both on a personal level and on a big global scale. So I kind of feel with this aspect, it's really going to allow you to shine this light on all of these repressed, uncovered wounds in order to figure out where your personal power lies, in order to kind of find, you know, which direction it is you're kind of needing to go in. I kind of feel this is really a perfect transit to open up to being yourself, to really embracing your true authenticity. So I think, you know, new opportunities when it comes to opening up, when it comes to really presenting your true authentic self out there. And I kind of feel with Mercury conjunct Pluto as well today, this is really going to add that depth to this intensity of your thinking when it comes to this processing. I think get ready to maybe bottom out, to get to the bottom of all of these wounds, all of these issues, these negative repetitive patterns. And I think get ready to uncover some secret knowledge when it comes to this energy. It's like this deep psychological self-analysis taking place. So, you know, if you need to reach out for help, this would be a perfect time to visit a counselor or a therapist, a professional, in order to kind of understand all of these dynamics, especially when it comes to your relationship patterns, your relationship style, your attachment style. And I kind of feel this is a really good time to, you know, release the illusions. I kind of feel it's going to create a lot of nervous anxiety for many because this is going to be such intense mental stimulus coming up when it comes to all of these repressed energies being unearthed. And I kind of feel it's really going to bring forward a lot of dark, sinister energy. So do be aware of addictive behaviors with that transit, because it really could psych you out if you play into those low-grade addictive behaviors. So I think many might be feeling like they're being threatened. It is going to present this opportunity, though, to maybe be face-to-face, to peer through the eyes of somebody's soul. And I think profound discoveries are likely in today's energy. And, you know, we're a day away from Venus going direct. So I think a lot of spiritual links are coming up. I think a lot of activity with our spiritual guides, with the ancestors. And I think profound life spiritual transformation is taking place. A lot of states of transcendence as well. And then when we look at the moon aspects, the moon is still in Sag, that very philosophical, broad view thinking, and with the moon forming a sextile to Saturn at 15 degrees 02, this is going to trigger this deep, deep protective energy when it comes to your family, when it comes to those that you love. And I think this is the perfect opportunity to really display those honest, open-hearted displays of emotion. So, you know, it's this deep need for nourishment and comfort when it comes to the home life. You might need somebody to reach out to have a shoulder to cry on, I think, or though you might feel the opposite, very emotionally reserved. But you think of Saturn. Saturn is that restricted energy. It's our strict teacher when it comes to structures and orders. So I do feel commitment, loyalty, and the family home life really is going to pique many's interest. So it is about carrying out those spiritual responsible duties. It is about taking care, you know, of your home life, of your family life. And I feel many of us are really craving and desiring that certain level of commitment and loyalty before we're willing to kind of open up and really share our deep inner feelings. So, you know, I think you might want to control emotional responses. The energy can be a little bit confusing, but it is a good time to intimately share your feelings with another, especially when it comes to love. I think of like Venus. Our feelings are ruled by Venus, really not the moon. So our emotional reserves can be masked if we have a very sensual Venus or a very passionate Mars. So we also have the moon forming a square to Neptune, a square to the planet of illusion. So this might like trigger a lot of strange feelings, a lot of unexplainable spiritual experiences when it comes to this awakening energy. I think get ready for a revelation, an aha moment. And, you know, I think you're not likely perceiving things incorrectly, but I think a lot of self-delusions are coming up when it comes to where you've been deceived by frenemies and stuff. So I kind of feel it's going to be time to make that very important decision. It is going to be a very extremely an emotional day, I think, for many. You might be more vulnerable to emotional deception or being taken advantage of because of this confusing state that many might be in. So recognize these deceitful people in your life. It might be a good time to maybe book a psychic reading. And if you are a drinker or like an addictive drug user, I really do highly recommend, you know, extra precautions. I think tolerance will be lower than usual with all of these energies, and it can create even more mental confusion. I know that's not going to be a message for everybody, but I kind of feel the energy is really intense. We are kind of in this home stretch when it comes to this great awakening energy. And my daughter just walked in and brought me some crystals. So let's jump in with some cards, guys, and see what else needs to come through for the collective when it comes to these energies today. I am going to start off with, I was going to say the Spiritual Journey Oracle deck. I was actually going to say Soul Awakening. I think there is a soul awakening in the energy today. This expanded awakening around your consciousness when it comes to your soul's identity, some past life timelines coming up, which can create a lot of confusion. I do feel that third eye activation. A lot is really happening when it comes to these collective energies right now. And, you know, many are coming into this awakening, joining this massive global awakening. And I think it's kind of time to surrender. I remember when I first went through the awakening stage, and the surrender process can be very painful as you release the ego and you surrender to the flow of these energies coming in, because they're very powerful. And I think the divine really is bringing forward many challenges and spiritual tests when it comes to our personal beliefs. So you might be tested in the energies today, without a doubt, when it comes to transcending all of these physical limitations. So what else does the collective need to be aware of? Do keep in mind, guys, this reading is not sign specific, although I will call out any specific signs that I feel need mentioning throughout the reading. So it's time to kind of disconnect from social media, disconnect from the busyness of your life. I think as we go through this spiritual transformation, we do need to disconnect and spend a lot of time alone in order for that deep-seated healing and soul rejuvenation to take place, because I feel a lot of elements are being purged and cleansed out of your life, a lot of negative people, behaviors, circumstances, things that have to go in order for you to really step into that healing light. I do feel a lot of relationship paradigms. We're closing out all of these toxic cycles, going towards what really speaks to our heart, to our soul. And I think there's many coming into this authentic voice, your authentic truth, a lot of guardian protection in the energies today. So, you know, if you're lacking that confidence to move forward, know that you are watched over. The universe always provides. So you got to leap first, though. You always got to leap first. So, you know, imagine yourself being enveloped in this healing golden light from the guides. They're bringing forward a lot of protection, and they are enveloping you so you can be assisted when it comes to releasing all of these unwanted thoughts, all of these negative circumstances. And I think spending time alone, disconnecting from any drama, is going to allow you to relax a little bit if you go into that quiet introspection, because I feel somebody is awakening to the fact that they are here to impart this ancestral wisdom into the collective, listening to the guides, listening to the angels, opening up to receiving all of this clarity that is coming in when you quiet that mind through meditative states in order to release all of this to the surface. And I feel if you've been feeling blocked, you might want to speak up. I think maybe it's time to find your authentic voice, to remove any blockages within the throat chakra, and to really openly and honestly express yourself. And I think empathy, maybe empathy is being activated when it comes to deep, compassionate understanding for others. We are all on a spiritual journey. We are all awakened when the divine time is right for our awakening process. We are all on different timelines, yet we are all here kind of walking each other home. So I think somebody here is being called to have empathy, to really shine that healing light, because this relationship paradigm is playing a vital role when it comes to this soul awakening, when it comes to your greater purpose this life. So I think get ready for a relationship dynamic to shift. I do feel it's kind of time for you to learn this lesson, because somebody here has been very complacent. There's been a lot of non-action, and it's kind of time to step outside of that fear, to surrender the fear in order to purge and cleanse these energies. So let's see what else needs to come through with the Shaman's Dream Oracle. And we do have treasures hidden in the shadows. So that's where that ancestral wisdom lies, is deep within that Chiron aspect, that Chiron wound. So depending on what your Chiron placement is in your chart, this is going to trigger some different childhood wounds to be addressed. My Chiron is in Taurus, so which is around, you know, the family structures kind of dissipating when it comes to like divorce issues. For me, not feeling like I really had that stability. I know a lot of my core wounds stem all the way back to Atlantis. So it's like going backwards motion in time with this period of disillusionment when it comes to all of these hidden treasures, when it comes to these Akashic memories, when it comes to all of the shadowy aspects from within. And that's where all of this ancestral wisdom lies. And I know I didn't even shuffle the cards yet, but we're going to read into this because, you know, I feel a lot of those shadow aspects are coming up for transmutation. And this is part of the journey that we go through. We have to go deep within the great mystery of our own inner shadows. It does. It says epiphany. So, you know, an epiphany is a soul awakening. So we always have free will. We always have the choice to, you know, accept this invitation. But I feel somebody is waking up to a lot of restrictions when it comes to their true self. So somebody here, I think, has lost themselves along the way. I do feel a profound shift when it comes to an epiphany or an awakening, when it comes to detouring you back onto the pathway of the unknown. So, you know, a big part of the spiritual journey, we don't always know the path forward, but this is where you just lead the way with your intuition. So I kind of feel somebody is getting ready to like unmask themselves when it comes to all of these hidden treasures from within, because when you open up the gateway to all of these shadow aspects, that's when you can kind of open up to the dark, to the light, and to see that everything truly has its place within divinity. So I kind of feel somebody opening up to the wealth of the love within their heart, the empathy within their heart. And that is where true prosperity lies. So I kind of feel somebody is tapping into a lot of ancestral Akashic memories in the energies today. And I feel this is stemming around some past life lessons that you are meant to kind of clear this life. Somebody here is part of creating that wave of change when it comes to this global mass awakening. So I think there might be some pitfalls to face in the energies today. You might want to seek that mentor like I talked about. Good advice from an expert or an elder, I think will help you work through these challenges. So I think get ready to discover some treasures, some hidden repressed treasures deep within your heart. And you know, and as we release all of this past trauma, all of this past pain, that's when we can really step into the light. So what other energies need to come through when it comes to this collective message today, please? Surrender, another energy of surrender. When you surrender, that is when you can experience the freedom of that ascension spiral. So look at that, beautiful, gathering around the power of community. And you know, that's so funny. I'm in Canada and we're doing a big convoy going to Parliament Hill, and that's the power of community, standing together, gathering around, standing for what is right, breaking free from that divine matrix. I'm tapping into these galactic light codes and really surrendering to the process of shedding the old to bring in the new, because this is what we are here for. We are here to protect the future. So I think preparations when it comes to manifestations coming to fruition, that dragon energy has been coming out loud and clear lately. And when we face that dragon, we get the gold. So I think get ready to face the dragon in the eyes is another message. That dragon's head and tail energy has really been coming through. We are here to protect the future, to build that legacy for those true riches. The world truly is full of limitless possibilities. So I feel when we all kind of gather together in this community, we can, you know, release all that glitters is gold and to really find the treasure within for the next leg of this spiritual growth. I think really only bringing forward things that hold real value. I think divine inheritance when it comes to these Akashic codes, because what is it that you want to leave for tomorrow when it comes to a lasting legacy? I think whatever you reap now will harvest long into the future for all of the generations to come, because that's what we are here. We are guarding the earthly treasures for that legacy for the future. So I think get ready to be catapulted into some soul memories back to the beginning of time when it comes to all of your past life incarnations, because we're stepping into that community of spirit. And I feel we've really prayed for this change, and I think possibility for union energies, because luck and fortune says the time is now for this fated, destined turn of events. So I feel like twin flame energy coming through, and I feel, you know, the twins truly are each other's muses. I wasn't expecting this to be a twin reading, but we are in that preparation stage for that mass first wave of unions to come in. So I feel somebody here is surrendering to this awakening process. But let's keep going and see what some of these influencing energies are. Yep, eyes wide open, ears wide open. The Oracle's gift. So I feel third eye sight activations. It's like, you know, she's reading tea leaves. So I feel psychic vision being restored. Clairaudiency is being activated. If you've been noticing the ringing in your ears a lot lately, that's upgrades when it comes to your clairaudiency. And I do feel getting that higher view from above. So we will see what these influencing energies are when it comes to this message today. What are the influencing energies, please? A willing release will bring a burst of magic, because this is what's in focus. Big love. The rose's kiss. So I think it's kind of time for this heart healing process to take place. Oh, I'll be fixing it in a minute, honey. Give me 1 second, guys. Hey. Oh my goodness. Hey, you be careful. There you go. Uh-oh, can you touch it? Is it good, honey? You good? Sorry for the interruptions, guys. I still have not really figured out that camera. I could have paused it. But anyways, it is what it is. This is real life. So where was I? Heart healing. It is the call of the Muse. To really tap into the royal you. To really tap into your authentic energy so you can shine through with that high vibration love. We are here to bring high vibration love into the world. So I think somebody's made a wish, and I think somebody's wish is about to be granted. I think take a deep breath. I think everything you've prayed for is on the way. So take a deep breath, because I do think great, big love is on the way. And this really is the beginning of those roots of abundance. So willingly release these Chiron aspects. Willingly release this deep-seated pain in order for that burst of magic to come through, because maybe it's time to heal a broken heart from the past. I think the time is now to embrace these changes. The time is now to go full steam ahead when it comes to open-hearted, honest, loving relationships, ones that are going to be grounded in that truth, integrity. I do think it's time to let go of the past. I do feel it really is time to maybe make amends. It's time to make amends. I think somebody here has been deeply emotionally wounded. How convenient is that? Another confirmation from Spirit. So maybe you're watching somebody go through something difficult. Maybe you've recently endured a breakup or a betrayal or lost somebody close to you. But I kind of feel the time is now to go into this past pain, any past disagreements, understand what caused that pain at the depth, because deep healing really is called for when it comes to transforming all of these low-grade energies. And I feel, you know, healing is always on its own timetable. We can never rush the healing process. It truly does all happen in divine timing. So I feel the pathway to healing really is opening up the heart center. I think if you've not received reciprocity, somebody is coming into that understanding when it comes to the equal flow of giving and receiving. So I think maybe manipulative behavior really caused somebody a lot of deep wounding, a lot of deep pain. And I think somebody is likely getting ready to take accountability, to make that wish, to go after their heart's contentment, to go after their heart's fulfillment. And I do feel a connection here where the roots run very deep. And I think the time is now for this release, to take that deep breath and to take that leap of faith, because somebody has called somebody's heart back home to them, I think. Big love, the call of the Muse. And I know on the twin flame journey, the masculine is always the divine feminine's muse and vice versa. So I feel an activation of some heart memory coming through when it comes to a divine ordained connection here. So get ready for anything false to crumble, because there is something coming into fruition and we are in the preparation stages. So let's see what is being evaluated. Action. Somebody is finding the courage to take action, to express love is what I'm feeling. So what else can you tell me about what is being evaluated, please? Freedom, breaking the chains of any self-imposed limitations, self-imposed prisons, through this loving, loyal, open energy, and to really release and detach these old negative patterns. Freedom. When you break the chains of these patterns, that's when you can really step into your highest service when it comes to love. And there's that unity consciousness. Beautiful. The power of community. So standing together united, I do feel a union coming forward. And I feel when we come together in this unity consciousness, this energy is amplified and ripples across the universe, creating this elevation when it comes to consciousness. So I think get ready to elevate your vibration when it comes to making a conscious decision towards love, towards family, towards creating deep roots. Let's jump in with some tarot. Five of Pentacles, Six of Swords in reverse, which is basically the Five of Swords, death. Communication. Pardon me. So I do feel profound life transformation is taking place. A very painful ego death. If there was ghosting, manipulation in the past, somebody, you know, left you out in the cold, belittled you, didn't want to communicate, they're going through profound life change. You very well could be dealing with the Scorpio. But I feel get ready to receive communication. If you've been ghosted, if you've been left out in the cold, I also feel it's kind of time to release this self-imposed limitation of lack mentality, any victim consciousness coming up to be addressed when it comes to that Chiron aspect. So we're going to get the current energy for the collective. I'm going to do things a little bit differently today. This is what's in focus. This is what people are thinking about. They're happily ever after. And maybe somebody did something foolish in the past. But hey, we can't go back and change the past, but we can make a new decision to go in a new direction. So I think there's victory here. But somebody needs to be willing to kind of take that leap of faith. I think, yeah, maybe there's repressed hidden emotions. Maybe somebody didn't value a divine feminine in the past. I think there was confusion, there was lies, there were secrets. Somebody went towards addictive behaviors, negative patterns. But we will see what else needs to come through. There was definitely a foolish decision in the past. I think the fool did something, you know, stupid. I think there's been a lack of togetherness when it comes to a connection. I do feel a karmic cycle coming to a close. There's a connection here where two people are no longer on the same page. There's definitely disharmony. Somebody's not heeded the higher guidance. There is a broken commitment here. There's something that's turned toxic. There's something here that's extremely codependent. Maybe, you know, built on lustful sexual temptations. I kind of feel a need to break these chains. Maybe at one point in time, this did look like ultimate contentment. You thought this was victory and somebody's feeling foolish. I don't think there's any connection here. I think two people that are very disconnected, playing into low-grade energies, addictive, negative vices. The Queen of Wands is a lustful temptress, very controlling, very demanding. Somebody here, you know, is playing into their ego. Could be dealing with a Taurus, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sag. But I kind of feel there is no victory here. It's kind of time to release this false sense of security. And maybe this was rooted in some negative childhood patterns, some negative core beliefs. There's definitely an ending here. This is turned toxic. In order for that new beginning in love, there has to be a willing release of something that's no longer working. I'll fix it in a minute, please. I will work for a couple minutes. I'm so sorry, guys. This is the price you pay. So it will be fine for a couple more minutes, honey. All right, let's see what we got here for near. I'm not getting up again. Is it working? I will fix it in a minute, honey. So I think it's kind of time for that massive shift in perspective, guys. I'm really sorry. Give me a minute. But we do got the Nine of Pentacles, the Hanged Man reversed. Listen, I will fix it one last time. Mommy's working. Remember, we talked about this. Okay, thank you. And I'm back, guys. Another interruption. It is what it is, right? So I think this is what we're striving towards. Independence, stability, being able to stand on our own 2 feet, knowing that nothing outside of ourselves is ever going to complete us. I do feel if you're dealing with a Pisces, somebody here is getting a major shift in consciousness, a period of enlightenment. Somebody was stuck. Maybe, you know, playing the martyr, self-punishment, disillusionment. But there's going to be a shift. Somebody here is grounded, stable, solid, living the good life. That's the Taurus energy, pre-Empress energy. And I think somebody's breaking free from a very toxic situation. They thought it was going to be happily ever after. Maybe they've been pretending to be happy, posting all kinds of happy posts all over social media, pretending there's a victory there when really, you know, it might look good on the outside, but everything's crumbling on the inside, and somebody's getting ready to release their grip because it's just not working. And I think somebody is looking at this beautiful Nine of Pentacles, very single, very stable energy. Maybe, you know, going through a period of disillusionment. There is a need to protect your energy. I kind of feel somebody lied about this Empress, and it's kind of time to heal that broken heart. It's kind of time for this secret to come out, and I kind of feel the time is now for action, but we will see what is hidden below the surface when it comes to this message today. The High Priestess, secrets. There are secrets here, and it's kind of time for that final judgment call. There's a connection that I think somebody walked away from in the past. Big, big, big foolish mistake. Could be dealing with the Gemini. Pisces comes out again. We get Judgment, the Tower, and there's that Four of Cups reversed. Missed opportunity. wanting to come back for a missed opportunity, seeking that resolution, seeking that reconciliation, because something needs to crumble to the ground. I think there's a lot of divinely orchestrated energies when it comes to a deep spiritual union coming through. Somebody's been all trapped up in their head because maybe in the past they were non-committal, they were playing games, and they've held on to this long-standing burden for a very, very, very long time. And I think the time is now for this conscious release. The time is now for this healing to ensue. And because something's coming to a dead stop. Somebody's been experiencing a round of bad luck. Somebody's been keeping their foot stuck in the wheel from moving forward. And I think this is what the prize is on the other side. This beautiful Queen of Pentacles, golden new opportunity. But we will see what a potential outcome is when it comes to this collective message today. Somebody's getting ready to divulge some deep-seated love. I think there was a lot of love here. Somebody's really been struggling with coming forward, battling with their ego. Somebody here, I feel, is angry. I think they let third-party energy get in the mix, played a lot of games. They're emotionally bankrupt, and they want to come forward and put in the work because they want to be a part of this spiritual community. I feel the time is now. They've been watering a foundation that's been broken, dead and gone. There's no harmony. There's nothing left to celebrate here. There's been an injustice. There's something that's not been balanced. And I think the time is now for these hidden motivations, these hidden emotions to come to the surface in order for that heart healing to take place. So could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sag, a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but I feel somebody was emotionally detached, cut off from their heart space. We're going to dig a little bit deeper into this energy. King of Cups, King of Wands. So I feel a masculine here that's got some water and some fire in his chart. And I kind of feel there's been this struggle when it comes to this truth on the heart. And yeah, there's definitely been this struggle. So I think somebody's getting ready to come out of hiding. Somebody's getting ready to come out of that spiritual closet. And I think they're rushing in to release a long-standing burden. So I think get ready to receive some communication. You could be dealing with a Virgo or a Cancer. But somebody is quickly coming in to lay down a burden. Maybe they're going through extreme upheaval. A false foundation is crumbling. It's time to make that final judgment call. I feel the angels have called judgment because you can't stay trapped in a mental prison of your own making. It's time to take the blinders off. There's been deception here. There's been manipulation, gaslighting, belittling, abuse. And I feel there's this beautiful Taurus energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and she's patiently waiting for somebody to stop, you know, keeping their foot stuck in the wheel. I think a huge opportunity for healing in the energies today. Stepping into freedom from this self-imposed prison, from all of these restrictions. And I think somebody is very angry. Get ready for an emotional outburst. Somebody's rushing in, expressing a lot of heated emotions. Let's see what else needs to come through with the romance angels, please. I'm almost done, Pookie. Playfulness. I think playfulness, in order to recapture romance, maybe you got to bring some youthfulness back into this connection. I feel you've been in separation for quite some time. Maybe you need to just recapture that inner youthful spirit by, you know, playing with your kids, staying in the present moment. You really are needing to trust. There is going to be a reconciliation after a period of separation. Somebody here has been in separation from a divine counterpart, and this connection is being elevated to the next level. So get ready. Somebody is going to make a conscious decision to release a long-standing burden because somebody from the past is returning, because this is a very deep spiritual past life connection. You have known each other before, and I'm pretty sure you've known this person already this life. So I think get ready to attract a soulmate union here. There's a lot of forgiving and learning that is needing to come up. And as you really have that heart-to-heart conversation and forgive and learn from the past, you can bring this reconciliation together because you've already met this person. You know this is the one, so trust in your instincts. I think subtle cues have been telling you what words are not. There's likely a telepathic connection here. And as you heal the present moment, you really will be able to embrace these future energies. So I think get ready to compromise. Somebody is opening up their mind, and opening up their heart to this loving reconciliation energy. So we will see what other messages need to come through from Spirit. I think, yeah, maybe one or both of you have really overcome a lot of obstacles along your awakening path. But I think a lot is being illuminated when it comes to forward motion. And I think it really is, it was time to reconnect with this loved one in your heart space. It's really time to heal the past, because I think family is in focus, and I do feel a lot of love here, and you will receive a lot of support from one another. So I think really ask yourself, what makes your heart sing with joy? How can you recapture that vitality? Somebody here has been a pillar of strength. Somebody here is guiding that light, is shining that light as somebody overcomes a lot of obstacles. So I think somebody is getting ready to speak up and be heard. So get ready to receive some communication. Everything is all right. Everything is playing out according to divine time. So release the need to know an outcome, and everything can be magnetically attracted to you. And that's what I got for a reading today, guys. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, please feel free to check out the description box below. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.